The neon sign flickered weakly against the stormy night as you pulled into the Blue Spruce Motel parking lot, the only car in a sea of cracked asphalt. Inside, the guest register lay open to a page from 1973, where one name had been written over and over in shaky handwriting: Eleanor Gray. The current owner, a man with tired eyes and ink-stained fingers, claimed the motel had been empty for weeks. But the steam on the bathroom mirror when you arrived suggested otherwise. As you traced the water droplets with your fingertip, a floorboard creaked in room 12, the one the owner said was permanently locked. The mystery began with a whisper of movement behind that door and the faint scent of gardenias clinging to the register's yellowed pages. Over the next 3 days, you'd piece together the truth. Eleanor wasn't just a guest. She was the owner's sister, who vanished the night a traveling salesman checked into room 12 and left with more than just the motel's towels. The owner's decades of silence hid not just guilt, but a love letter Eleanor had slipped into the register, unread until your fingers brushed its brittle edges. Some secrets aren't meant to stay buried, especially when they're written in the ink of regret. The motel's lobby was frozen in time, its faded wallpaper peeling at the edges like the pages of an old book. The owner, Mr. Harold Gray, shuffled behind the counter, his movements deliberate but weary. His eyes lingered on the guest register as if it held a weight he couldn't bear to lift. When you asked about Eleanor, his voice trembled, and he quickly changed the subject. But the register told a different story. Her name appeared dozens of times, each entry dated with meticulous care. It was as if she had been trying to leave a trail, a breadcrumb of her presence that no one had noticed until now. The motel's silence was oppressive, broken only by the occasional hum of the flickering neon sign outside. Room 12 remained a mystery, its door slightly ajar despite Harold's insistence that it was locked. The scent of gardenias lingered in the hallway, growing stronger as you approached. Inside, the room was untouched, its bed neatly made and a thin layer of dust covering the furniture. But the air felt heavy, charged with an energy that defied explanation. On the nightstand, a single photograph lay face down. When you turned it over, it revealed a young woman with Eleanor's name written on the back. Her smile was radiant, but her eyes held a sadness that seemed to pierce through the decades. Harold's reluctance to speak about his sister became more pronounced as the days passed. He avoided your questions, his answers evasive and tinged with guilt. Yet, the motel itself seemed determined to reveal its secrets. The guest register became a focal point, its pages filled with cryptic notes and dates that hinted at a story far more complex than Harold was willing to share. The final clue came in the form of a letter tucked between the pages, its edges frayed and brittle. Addressed to Harold, it was signed by Eleanor and dated the night she disappeared. Her words were filled with longing and regret, a plea for forgiveness that had gone unanswered for decades. The motel's walls seemed to close in as you read the letter, the weight of its contents pressing down on you. Harold's silence was no longer just a defense mechanism, it was a confession. The truth was written in the ink of Eleanor's letter, a testament to the cost of keeping secrets. The Blue Spruce Motel was more than just a building, it was a monument to a past that refused to be forgotten. The storm outside mirrored the turmoil within, its rain tapping against the windows like ghostly fingers. Harold's story unfolded slowly, each detail more heartbreaking than the last. Eleanor had been his only family, their bond unbreakable until the night she vanished. The traveling salesman who checked into room 12 had been charming, his words smooth and his intentions unclear. But he left with more than just the motel's towels, he left with Eleanor's heart, and ultimately, her life. Harold's guilt was palpable, his regret etched into every line on his face. He had spent decades trying to bury the past, but the motel refused to let him forget. The guest register was a testament to his failure, its pages a silent witness to the truth. Eleanor's letter was a final plea, a reminder that some secrets are too heavy to carry alone. The motel's secrets were no longer hidden, its